Welcome to Zoe Stories. Working at Mom's boutique turned me into her prettiest model nail polish. My name is Jamie. I'm 19, fresh out of high school, and currently stuck between figuring out who I want to be and who I'm expected to be. For the past few months, I've been working part-time at my mom's boutique, a posh little clothing shop tucked into the heart of our sleepy town. Sherry, it's called. White brick walls, a crystal chandelier in the center, elegant French music always playing in the background, and racks upon racks of gorgeous, high-end women's fashion. At first glance, the job seemed simple. Clean up, arrange displays, help with the occasional online order. But there's one small detail that complicates things. A detail that no one, not even my girlfriend Emma, knows. Not in a creepy way. I'm just drawn to them. The textures, the colors, the shapes. And not just as a curious onlooker, I imagine myself in them. A silky blouse brushing against my skin. A pencil skirt hugging my hips. Lip gloss catching the light as I smile into the boutique's full-length mirror. These thoughts scare me as much as they thrill me. I never told anyone, of course. Especially not Emma. Emma and I have been dating for a little over a year. She's everything I'm not. Confident, ambitious, totally comfortable in her skin. She's in college now, studying psychology, and she talks about working with troubled kids someday. She thinks I'm soft, but in an affectionate way. She says she loves that I listen more than I talk. That I notice things most guys don't. But sometimes I wonder if she senses something deeper. Something I've never put into words, even for myself. She doesn't know I've been slipping into my mom's boutique after closing hours. She doesn't know I've worn the dresses. She doesn't know that the reason I begged Mom to give me a job there wasn't just to save up money or spend time with her, but because I wanted access to that secret world of beauty and femininity I never allowed myself to explore out loud. And my mom? She's been too busy to notice. She's always running off to fashion expos or private fittings. She built the boutique from the ground up and trusts me to handle the place when she's gone. Just don't break anything or let anyone see you trying on bras, she once joked. I laughed a little too nervously. Still, I'm careful. I only indulge the urge when I know I'm alone. I try things on quickly, never wearing anything more than a few minutes. Just enough to feel it. Just enough to imagine what it might be like if I were someone else. Someone who didn't have to hide. But lately, that someone else has started to feel more real. A few weeks ago, my mom got a new shipment of dresses, slim cut, bright satin, and utterly stunning. I remember holding one up to the light and thinking, this isn't just clothing. It's power. A transformation waiting to happen. I could see myself in it. Truly see myself. The soft neckline, the cinched waist. And not just as a fantasy, but as something I could become. That night, I locked the door after closing and tried it on. The feeling was electric. But it was also terrifying. My hands shook as I stepped into the changing room. I felt like a criminal. I applied the faintest touch of lipstick and mascara that my mom kept in the drawer. Then I looked in the mirror. And I saw her. Not Jamie, the confused boy fumbling his way through life. Not Emma's sweet but awkward boyfriend. No. This was someone else, elegant, poised, alive. And I didn't want to take her off. The sound of my phone buzzing shattered the illusion. It was Emma. She wanted to come by and surprise me. Said she missed me. Said she had plans. Panic hit me like a slap. I tore off the dress, wiped off the makeup, shoved everything back in place, and tried to look normal by the time she arrived. She didn't suspect a thing, I think. But that night haunted me. The thrill. The risk. The echo of heels across the boutique floor that weren't supposed to be mine. Since then, I've been caught in a tug-of-war. Part of me wants to dive deeper. Try on more. Feel more. Be more. And another part of me whispers that I'm playing with fire. That Emma would leave me if she found out. That Mom would be ashamed. That if anyone in this town ever saw me like that, I'd become a joke, a scandal, a freak. But even with the fear, I keep going back. And I think maybe Mom is starting to notice. She's been making strange comments lately. Asking if I've gotten into the new shipment. Saying things like, you know, with that face, you could almost pass as one of our models. I laugh her off, but a few days ago, she left a dress in my size hanging in the back. With a note.
For you. Just try it.
Kiss mark. I haven't touched it.
Yet.
But I think it's time. And that's where everything began to change. The boutique was unusually quiet that afternoon, bathed in golden sunlight that filtered through the velvet curtains. Jamie wiped down the marble counter for the third time, though it was already spotless. His thoughts were elsewhere. That dress. The one his mother had left hanging in the back room with the playful note. He hadn't dared touch it all week, but it had a gravitational pull. Every time he walked past the storage closet, his eyes flicked toward it, like a forbidden treasure glimmering in the shadows. A soft pink chiffon with delicate ruffles at the sleeves and a sweetheart neckline. Feminine.
Bold.
Beautiful. It was too much.
Too pretty. Too right.
But he had made a decision. His mom was out of town at a boutique event in Los Angeles and wouldn't be back until Monday. Emma had midterms and was buried in studying. That gave him the whole weekend. No excuses. He waited until sunset, when the last customer had left and the street outside had grown quiet. Jamie flipped the open sign to closed, locked the door, and pulled down the blinds. His heart pounded like a war drum. Hands trembling, he walked into the back room, turned on the soft overhead light, and faced the dress. It shimmered. He reached for it slowly, reverently, like he was touching something sacred. As he slipped it off the hanger, it flowed like liquid in his hands. Stripping off his clothes felt strangely symbolic, like shedding one version of himself. In their place, a pair of sheer nude tights, a padded bralette he'd hidden in a drawer, and finally, the dress. Zipping it up took effort, but once it was on, it was like everything clicked. Jamie stood in front of the mirror and stared. No, she stared back. His figure looked softer, his posture straighter. The contours of the dress sculpted something within him, something he didn't yet understand. In the mirror, he saw a girl who was nervous and radiant all at once. Her lips were bare, but begging for color. Her legs were shaky, but graceful. She wasn't perfect, but she was real. He sat at the makeup counter. His mom kept it stocked for last-minute client touch-ups. He'd used it before, sparingly. But this time, he didn't hold back. Foundation, powder, light contour. He copied what he'd seen Emma do dozens of times. A soft, rose-pink lipstick. Mascara. A bit of highlighter at the cheekbones. A fluffy blonde wig his mom used for display models. When he looked up, she was complete. Jamie turned slowly, admiring the way the chiffon floated around his knees.
He posed.
Smiled. Tilted his head.
Curtsied.
She was beautiful. He twirled. And then knock, knock, knock. Jamie froze. His blood iced over. His breath caught in his throat. The front door. 3 hard knocks again. He backed up, heart racing, terrified. Then a voice, clear and familiar. Jamie, are you still inside? It's Emma. He almost fainted. Why was she here? Why didn't she text first? What if she had a key?
Did she?
He frantically turned off the lights in the back, grabbed a shawl to wrap around himself, and tiptoed toward the front of the boutique. Jamie, she called again, louder now. Hey, I was in the area and figured I'd swing by. Surprise. He peeked out from behind the curtain. She was standing outside, holding 2 iced coffees, wearing a messy bun and leggings, casual and radiant as ever. He couldn't open the door. Not like this. He tried to compose his voice. Hey, sorry, I'm actually in the bathroom. Can you come back in, 10 minutes?
Pause.
Really? She asked, suspicious. Why didn't you answer? He scrambled. I was on the phone with my mom. It's just been a weird day. Emma hesitated, then finally relented. Okay, I'll go wait in the car. But hurry up, I have news. Jamie nodded, realizing she couldn't see him, then bolted back into the fitting area. He stripped out of the dress so fast he nearly tore the zipper. Yanked off the wig, smudged away the makeup, wiped his face raw with tissues. Slid back into his t-shirt and jeans, stuffed the dress in the laundry bin, and shoved everything else in the drawer. It took 7 minutes. He splashed water on his face, practiced a smile in the mirror, and opened the door. Emma beamed. There you are. I was starting to think you were ghosting me. She handed him the iced coffee and kissed him on the cheek. His face stiffened. Could she taste the foundation? Smell the perfume? You okay? She asked, leaning back. You're acting weird. Jamie forced a laugh. Just tired. Long day. She stared at him for a moment, then smiled, like she decided not to push.
Oh.
I almost forgot. She reached into her bag and pulled out a flyer. My cousin's throwing this fancy party next weekend. Total fashion thing. You should come. He took the flyer. It showed photos of a glamorous rooftop event with the words, Dress to impress. All guests must be in formal attire, theme, femme fatale. His stomach flipped. Emma looked excited. Would be fun, right? I mean, you'd need a blazer or something. I'm thinking of wearing this red silk gown. Wanna match me? Jamie smiled weakly.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Inside, he was panicking. What if he didn't wear a blazer? What if he matched her for real? Jamie couldn't sleep. The flyer sat on his nightstand, its glossy surface reflecting moonlight. Femme fatale. It buzzed in his brain like a dare. The next day, he went to the boutique early, unlocking the doors before sunrise.
He needed time. Alone.
Space to breathe, think, transform, be. He brought a duffel bag this time, packed with everything he'd hidden over the years, a pair of silver heels he'd bought online and never worn in public. Nude nail polish. A silky blouse from a thrift store he swore he'd donate but never did. In the fitting room, he laid everything out neatly, like ritual offerings. Today, he wouldn't rush. He wouldn't panic. He started with the basics, moisturizer, foundation, light blush.
His hand was steadier now.
He lined his eyes with care, touched on mascara, blended soft pink shadows. He added the wig again, brushing it out until the golden strands shined. Then came the outfit, the same chiffon dress, now paired with heels and earrings. He stood taller. Each step felt different, more delicate, intentional. His reflection no longer shocked him. It soothed him. A soft knock came from the back entrance. Jamie froze again, but this time, it wasn't Emma's voice. Jamie? It was Melissa, their elderly neighbor. I left my sunglasses here yesterday. Are you in? He waited, held his breath, and didn't move. The knock faded. Her footsteps receded. Crisis averted, but his heart still pounded. He sat down in the styling chair, staring at himself. He looked beautiful, but he wasn't sure who that person was yet. The name Jamie suddenly felt distant. She needed a name. Her own. He whispered it out loud. Jade. The name slid into his chest like it had always belonged there. He said it again. Jade.
Soft.
Sharp. Feminine.
Right.
For the first time, he didn't feel like a boy in a dress. He felt like a girl figuring out who she really was. Underscore 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 underscore. That night, Emma FaceTimed him. He kept the camera high, face only. You're glowing, she said immediately. Did something happen? New skincare? Jamie smiled awkwardly. Just slept better. Emma narrowed her eyes. You've been acting off lately. I thought maybe you were hiding something. His heart skipped. No, he said too quickly. Why would I? Emma shrugged. I don't know. You tell me. There was a long pause between them. Then her tone softened.
Hey.
You know you can tell me anything, right? I'm not just your girlfriend. I'm your best friend. He nodded, swallowing guilt. Yeah, I know. But he didn't tell her. He couldn't. Not yet. The next afternoon, Jamie unlocked the boutique and immediately went to the back.
He was addicted now.
Every second in Jade's skin felt like air after drowning. He changed quickly this time, more confident. He took selfies in the boutique mirror.
Posed.
Practiced walking. Then he saw the door. The one leading to the street. He'd locked it, right? He walked over.
No.
It was unlocked. His chest squeezed tight. Had someone seen him?
He peered through the blinds.
No one. He took a shaky breath, locked the door, and backed away. On Sunday night, Emma showed up again unannounced. Jamie was in the back, still wearing eyeliner and the nude polish on his nails, when he heard the chime of the front door. He rushed out, heart hammering. Emma stood there, holding 2 bags of takeout. Surprise dinner. Jamie nearly choked. I wasn't expecting, Her eyes narrowed. Why are you out of breath? I was on the treadmill, he lied. She raised an eyebrow. In the back room? He laughed nervously. You know, trying to stay fit. But she kept staring. At his hands. Are you wearing nail polish? Jamie turned red. It's my mom's. I spilled it. Was trying to clean it up. Emma stepped closer. She reached out and gently held his hand. You didn't spill this. These are perfectly painted. His voice broke. I can explain.
But she didn't say anything.
She just kept holding his hand. Then, with startling calm, she asked, Jamie, are you hiding something from me? He couldn't answer. His throat closed up. Then she said it, softly but clearly. Are you dressing up when I'm not here? He looked away, ashamed. Emma didn't shout. Didn't flinch. She just watched him.
Thoughtfully.
And then a soft smile. I kinda guessed. The boutique always smells like perfume, and you keep changing your shampoo. Jamie's eyes watered. I didn't want to lie. I just didn't know how you'd react. Emma leaned in, touched his cheek. I wish you'd told me sooner. You're not mad. She shook her head. Confused?
Sure. Surprised? Yeah.
But not mad. If anything, she grinned, I'm a little jealous. You've got better cheekbones than me. Jamie laughed through tears. She kissed him, not with confusion but with understanding. Come on, she said, let's eat. But tomorrow, you're showing me the whole look.
Got it.
He nodded. And for the first time, the secret didn't feel like a weight. It felt like wings. The next morning felt different. Jade, woke up early, her heart thrumming with anticipation and fear. Emma had seen her, really seen her, and she hadn't freaked out. If anything, Emma had been tender, warm, curious. But now she wanted to see everything. Jamie stood in front of the mirror in their tiny apartment, breathing slowly. Could he really let Jade out again in front of Emma? Fully this time? No hiding behind camera angles or nervous excuses. He pulled the duffel bag onto the bed and unzipped it with shaky hands. Inside lay Jade's identity. The wig, the cosmetics, a pair of nude tights, a cream blouse with puffy sleeves, and the high-waisted skirt Emma once said would look cute on anyone with hips. Jamie's hips weren't perfect, but with padding and shapewear, they were close. He took his time. Moisturizer. Foundation. The brushstrokes of eyeliner, longer and more precise now. Then mascara. Contour. Lipstick. He slipped on the clothes. Fastened the back of the skirt. Buttoned the blouse. Then came the heels, always last. Each step in them felt like shedding a layer of shame. By the time Jade stood in the mirror, she didn't look scared. She looked real. Emma gasped when she opened the door. Oh my God. Jade blushed and almost stepped back, but Emma grabbed her hand.
No.
Don't hide. She circled around her slowly. You're stunning. Jade's eyes shimmered. You really think so? Emma nodded, biting her lip. You're glowing. Confident. Like this is you. For a moment, silence fell between them. Jade wanted to say it, to whisper, maybe this is who I really am. But before she could, Emma clapped her hands. Okay, I've got an idea. Jade flinched.
What?
You said you've never seen yourself fully dolled up under boutique lighting, right? So, let's go. Jade's heart slammed. Go? As in go out.
To the boutique. It's closed today.
No one will be there. But what if someone is? Emma tilted her head. Then they'll meet Jade. Jade froze. Emma, I don't know if I'm ready. Emma gently took her hand again. That's okay. I'll be right there.
You don't have to talk. Just be.
Jade hesitated, but the words came out on their own. Okay. The boutique was empty. Quiet. Safe. The lights buzzed softly as Emma flipped the switch. Jade stepped in slowly. The scent of vanilla and fabric softener hit her like a wave of memory. She walked past the racks like a ghost revisiting her former life. But she wasn't a ghost now. She was alive.
Real.
Emma guided her to the platform by the mirror, the one usually reserved for customers trying on wedding dresses or evening gowns. Go ahead, she whispered. Model for me. Jade stepped up onto the platform. Her reflection surrounded her. She twirled once, carefully. Emma clapped. You're breathtaking. Jade flushed, her throat tightening. Then Emma pulled out her phone. May I? She asked. Jade froze. For what? Just a few pics. You'll want to see this later. She hesitated, then nodded. Emma took pictures from different angles. Candid. Twirling. Close up. Wow, Emma murmured. You're prettier than half the girls I know. Jade laughed nervously, but something stirred inside her.
Pride.
And something else. Longing. Do you ever think about it? Emma asked softly. Think about what? Living this way. For real. Jade hesitated. Her voice was thin when she said, I don't know. Maybe. Emma studied her. I think you do. The boutique's bell chimed. Jade froze. Emma's eyes widened. I locked the front, too.
Then a voice called out.
Jamie, you here? It was Rachel, Emma's older cousin, early 30s, fashion blogger, influencer. She was not supposed to be here. Jade scrambled. Where do I hide? But it was too late. Rachel had rounded the corner. She stopped dead. Her eyes locked on Jade, heels, wig, full makeup, and her lips parted in stunned silence. Jamie stood frozen in Jade's skin, terrified. Then Rachel spoke slowly. Holy shit. No one said anything. Jade looked down, humiliated. But then Rachel blinked. That dress? It's one of Emma's favorites, isn't it? Emma stepped forward quickly. Rachel, wait. No, I'm not judging. I'm just, Rachel trailed off.
Wow.
Silence. Rachel finally tilted her head. You look good, you know. Really good. I mean, flawlessly styled. Jade blinked. You're not disgusted? Rachel scoffed.
Please.
I work with drag queens and stylists every day.
And anyway, she smirked.
You have better legs than I ever will. Everyone laughed, nervously. The tension broke just a little. Rachel leaned in, her tone serious. Are you okay? Jade nodded. Kind of. I don't know. Well, Rachel said, whatever you're going through, don't let anyone make you feel ashamed of looking this amazing. Then she snapped a quick selfie with Jade before either of them could protest. I'm not posting it. Yet. She winked. But maybe someday. Then she left. Later, Jade and Emma sat on the boutique floor, backs against the mirrored wall. The silence felt like a storm waiting to break. Emma finally said, How did that feel? Jade stared at her hands. Scary, but also freeing. Emma rested her head on Jade's shoulder. I like seeing you like that. You did. Emma nodded. You were glowing.
Happy.
You. Jade's voice broke. I don't know who I am anymore. Emma looked at her seriously. Maybe you're both. Maybe you're still figuring it out. That's okay. Then she whispered something so quiet it felt like a secret. I think I might love her, too. Jade's breath caught. And everything changed. The next few days passed in a blur. Emma was cautious, never pushing too hard, but never letting Jade shrink back either. They spent hours at the boutique, experimenting with looks, styles, and makeup techniques. Jade laughed more than she had in years. And for the first time in her life, Jamie didn't feel like the real one. But outside their little bubble, the world waited. And it wasn't as kind. One afternoon, Emma surprised her. I signed us up. Jade blinked. For what? The college charity fashion show. They needed last-minute models. Jade froze.
No.
No way. Emma looked serious. You don't have to be Jamie for this. You can walk as her. As Jade. Jade shook her head, heart pounding. That's different. That's public.
Cameras.
Students. Teachers. Friends. Emma touched her hand. You said once you wished you could know what it felt like to just live in that skin. Not just for fun. For real. I never said I wanted a spotlight. You deserve one. I'll mess up. Emma smirked. That's why we practice. They practice for days.
Walks.
Poses. Changing outfits quickly. Handling nerves. Each time Jade looked in the mirror, she felt more herself. Her walk became confident, hips swaying just slightly, posture tall. But fear never left. The night of the show arrived too soon. The backstage area buzzed with energy, stylists shouting, makeup brushes flying, sequins, and silk everywhere. Jade stood in a shimmering green gown, heels tight around her ankles, clutching a number card in trembling fingers. Emma whispered, You look beautiful. I feel sick. Because you're brave. Jade gave a nervous smile. You keep saying that. Because it's true. Then, the music started. The runway was blinding. White lights.
Cell phones.
Whispers. Jade stepped out. Her knees nearly buckled. But then she saw Emma at the side of the stage, beaming. She walked. Each step echoed like thunder in her ears. But the dress swayed perfectly. Her makeup was flawless. The crowd watched with wide eyes, not laughing, not mocking. They were captivated. Some even clapped. A few camera flashes went off. She reached the end of the runway, turned, and walked back. By the time she stepped off stage, her hands were shaking, but her smile was real. She'd done it. Later, in the dressing area, someone tapped her shoulder. Jade turned and froze. It was Mark, Jamie's old dorm mate. Frat boy. Loud, judgmental, cruel when he thought no one was watching. Jamie?
Mark said, eyes narrowing.
Jade stiffened. You're mistaken.
No.
No, I'm not. Holy shit. Emma jumped in.
Hey.
Back off. But Mark was already reaching for his phone. Gotta show the guys this. You've been playing dress up behind our backs. Jade lunged forward, grabbing at the phone. Give it to me. They struggled. The phone clattered to the floor. Emma grabbed it first and deleted the photo. Mark sneered. You think this is gonna stay a secret? People are already talking. Then he stormed off. Jade collapsed into the nearest chair. Emma crouched beside her. Hey, you're okay. Tears welled up.
No.
I'm not. It's over. It's all over. Emma wrapped her arms around her. We'll handle it. But the next morning, Jade woke to a nightmare. On the college gossip page, someone had posted a blurry photo from the runway. Guess who this really is? The caption read. The comments were brutal. That's Jamie? Knew something was off about him. Bet he wears panties to bed, lol. Jade stared at the screen, numb. Her phone buzzed. Texts from classmates, old friends, even her mom. She didn't open them. She didn't have to. They all knew. Emma found her curled up on the apartment floor, makeup smeared, wig tossed aside. Jade couldn't speak. Emma knelt down. You don't have to go through this alone. I should have stopped. I should have never let this happen.
No.
You deserve to be seen. Jade sobbed. Everyone hates me. Emma cupped her face. I don't. A long silence. Then, in a whisper, I think I love you. Jade looked up, eyes red. Even like this? Emma nodded. Especially like this. Later that night, Emma sat at her laptop. I can take the photo down. I know someone who runs the page. Jade shook her head.
No.
Emma paused. Why not? Jade looked at her, voice raw but certain. Because I'm tired of hiding. The next day, Emma posted something from her account. A photo of Jade, proud, poised, standing in full makeup and heels. Caption: This is my best friend. She's brave, beautiful, and finally free. The post exploded. Thousands of likes. Supportive comments. A few nasty ones, drowned out by love. Then the doorbell rang. Jade opened it, and standing there was her mother. Face unreadable. "We need to talk." The front door creaked closed behind her. Jade stood frozen, her mother just a few feet away. For a long, unbearable moment, neither spoke. Her mother looked her up and down barefoot, in black leggings and a peach blouse with puffed sleeves. No wig this time, just her short, slightly curled hair. No hiding. "Mom," Jade whispered, her voice tight. Her mother crossed her arms, her face unreadable. "Is it true?" Jade couldn't look at her.
Yeah.
"You've been dressing like this for how long?" "Since I started helping at the boutique. It started small. Just curiosity. And now?"
Now?
"I think," she took a breath. "I think this is who I am. At least part of me."
I didn't mean to lie.
I didn't mean to turn everything upside down. Her mother didn't speak, just studied her, eyes narrowed, not in anger, but thought. Finally, she sighed and walked over to the couch.
Sat down.
"Sit." Jade obeyed like she was a little kid again. "I always knew you were different," her mom said softly. "I just never imagined this." "I didn't either." They sat in silence. Jade's hands shook. Her mother stared at them, then reached out and took one gently. "You remember when you were 7? You used to sneak into my room and try on my scarves?" Jade nodded, cheeks burning. "I thought it was a phase. I let it go. I tried to forget it too." Her mother exhaled, shaking her head. "It's not easy, is it? Living in hiding, lying to yourself every morning." Jade looked up. "You understand? I ran a fashion boutique for 20 years. I've seen more stories behind the curtain than most therapists. Women, real women struggling with their bodies, their identities. Trans girls begging for confidence. Boys lost in a sea of judgment, just for wearing color. So you're not mad? I'm terrified. Not of you, for you." She placed a hand on Jade's cheek. "The world can be cruel, baby. But it's cruelest to the ones brave enough to show who they really are." Jade's throat tightened. "Then what do I do?" Her mother smiled. "You be the prettiest damn model this boutique has ever seen." That night, Emma and Jade sat together, scrolling through comments on Emma's post. "You're viral," Emma grinned. "Look, this one's from a girl in France. She says you inspired her to try on lipstick." Jade leaned back, overwhelmed. "I didn't think anyone would care." "They care. Because you showed up." More comments rolled in, strangers offering love, friends apologizing, even classmates sharing their own secrets. A private message popped up from Mark. Jade hesitated, then clicked it open.
"Sorry.
I was a dick. You looked amazing on that stage." She showed it to Emma, who smirked. "He probably just discovered eyeliner and doesn't know how to cope." Jade laughed, a real, full laugh. The next morning, the boutique opened to a line of curious customers. Not for the sale. For her. Jade stood near the front window, dressed in a cream-colored sundress, her heels soft on the polished floor. She helped a young girl pick out earrings, advised an older woman on skirt sizes, and posed for selfies with 3 college students. Later, her mom came over with a box. "Found this in the back room." Inside, a velvet mannequin head, a sleek black wig, a set of pearl earrings, and a compact with gold shimmer powder. Her mom smiled. "Consider it your model starter pack." Tears welled up again. "Thank you." "For what?" "For seeing me." Her mom kissed her forehead. "Always." That night, Jade sat alone on her bed, scrolling through photos from the runway. She paused on one, her in the green gown, head tilted, smile poised, eyes lit up like she'd finally been born. She set it as her phone's background. Emma walked in, holding 2 mugs of tea. "Ready for tomorrow?" Jade nodded. "Yeah." Emma leaned against the doorframe, watching her. "You know what I think." "What?" "I think you were never hiding. You were just waiting." Jade smiled. And in the mirror behind her, she saw not Jamie, not a disguise, not a mistake, but a girl who had survived the storm, walked the runway, faced down the world, and was finally free. What would you do if your entire world changed, and it felt more like home than ever before. Would you keep hiding? Or would you walk the runway and never look back? Tell us in the comments. Speech Balloon, what do you think Jade's future holds? Speech Balloon, have you ever been afraid to show your true self? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because next week, Jade's story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Clapperboard, subscribe for part 2 of Working at Mom's Boutique Turned Me into Her Prettiest Model Nail Polish.